Ms. Wentworth informed me how much she hated falconers, that if we came to retrieve the bird, that she was going to release it.
No good deed goes unpunished, and that's exactly what's happening here. Sherrie Wentworth, while braving the aftermath of Hurricane Irma, while caring for tens or hundreds of animals, went out into the ravages, what's left over from that storm, and went and saved a wild hawk. So when Mr. Linton lost it, and Miss Wentworth recovered it, she recovered a wild animal, which anyone whose license is allowed to do. It was no longer his property. So that's your first reason that you're going to find Miss Wentworth not guilty. So when Sherrie walked that bird outside on her property, all she did was put it somewhere else. Had the bird decided to stay there, it would have been available for Mr. Linton to pick up when he got there. The testimony was that Miss Wentworth didn't do anything to force that bird away. She didn't drive it off her property. She didn't hide it. The wild bird acted like a wild bird, and that, and only that, is the reason that Jason Linton doesn't have it today. She simply allowed the animal to think for itself. Ladies and gentlemen, the defense suggests that no good deed goes unpunished, but it's imperative that bad deeds must be punished. That's why we're here today. While we would never argue that Jason Linton, that Nikita, Jason Linton's hawk, was not a wild animal, he did have possessory interest in that animal. He possessed Nikita, and he was licensed to do so, and Florida law protects him, gives him that right. It also gives him a lot of responsibilities, and he followed the law, and he maintained Nikita, and that was his bird. He possessed it. Sherrie Wentworth did not follow the law.
Verdict, we the jury find the defendant Sherrie S. Wentworth as follows. As to the count grand theft, not guilty. So say we all. And there's nothing checked on the others.
Verdict form indicates not guilty. I want to poll the jury.
No.
You said, go ahead.
Situations like this are unprecedented. You know, they're unprecedented. And cases like this don't come up that often. So when they do, some people are a little confused.
So you said you're disappointed by it, obviously.
I'm disappointed.
Well, I feel elated, I feel justified, I feel that it was a waste of taxpayers' money to prosecute a wildlife rehab for letting go a bird. These birds, healthy animals, belong in the wild, not in the hands of humans. So I'm really happy. It's a win-win for the wildlife, and thanks to Matthew METZ, the wildlife gets a say in court today.